Indian chess Grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand is now with us. Hi, Mr. Anand. Vishwanathan Anand.
Hello. Hello, how are you?
What are you up to these days?
In Germany. Germany mein hai.
You must be bored of playing so much chess.
How do you play chess 12 feet away from another person?
Well, luckily we play online, and chess is one of the few games where an online game is exactly as engaging as the real thing.
Right,
so,
absolutely right.
A fair amount of chess. In fact, we had a big chess tournament which was organized, but which I was doing commentary for, but subsequently that also got suspended. And so I tried to keep myself busy studying some chess. And yesterday we did an online simultaneous display to raise money for the PM Cares Fund. And well, I'll try to do some activities like that, chat with friends.
Right. Just tell us, I mean, from your analytical point of view, how should we go about this? Your life is just trained for strategy and analysis, and you must have read a lot about this crisis. What path should we take?
I think in this case, the first thing is to accept that really a lot of mistakes will be made by every government, by the health ministry, everyone, because we're dealing with something like this for the first time.
Correct.
So mistakes are going to happen, and with so little information, I mean, someone like me is essentially getting a drip feed of snippets about what is happening, but I'm unable to go out form any opinion on my own. So I think the main thing is whether you agree with something or not, you have to follow it now, because now is not the time to do things individually. So, you have to follow the regulations, especially with social distancing, and hope for the best. At least with this, it's clear. With hygiene and social distancing, we understand that we're breaking the virus's transmission. There are other things where, in fact, I think we get too much information. And the main thing is to stick to a few things that really work. And that's all you can do. It's the same on the chessboard. When you don't understand the position, you try to be as sensible as possible.
Right. Anand, this is Anjali here. मैं ये जानना चाह रही थी कि आप जर्मनी में हैं, इंडिया में जो हो रहा है उसकी information आप तक पहुंच रही होगी. Largely, if you look at the response that the foreign media or the foreign governments are having towards how India is tackling, what would you say? What are you reading over there about us?
I would say the information is very limited. You basically get some news about the shutdown, some stories.
What about the medicines that we gave to all the other neighboring countries and the friend countries?
Some of that is mentioned. I'll be honest and say that I haven't been following German television news very much. And in the evening, they have one program which updates, but it's heavily Germany-centric. Okay. So they update literally land by land what's happening and what are the steps they're taking. Okay. They tell you all the new measures that are being made into law in every region. You might get a mention of India, but really in most countries, they're struggling quite hard themselves.
That's true. You take care, please. You're away from family, away from
But
home.
I think the most important point that Vishwanathan Anand mentioned here, and this needs to be mentioned and it must be heard, is that this is not the time to unnecessarily form opinion, right? This is the time when you fight as one. I think that is one message, Vishwanathan Anand, that did resonate in my mind, and I hope it will resonate in everyone's mind.
One last question that in Germany they've been so successful. What are the one or two things they've done differently from the UK and America?
I would say that here people, they have this culture of following the law by themselves. I mean, right from Chancellor Merkel's first television address, people just automatically started stepping away from each other in public, in roads, in parks, in supermarkets. And I've not seen a policeman enforcing anything. It's quite impressive how everyone automatically just follows these things.
That's brilliant.
I would say that has been the main thing. they have the advantage, what I've read, they have the advantage that they have a decentralized health system. So certain regions are ahead, so some are behind, but mostly they, in fact, it's one of the few countries with a surplus of hospital beds. So they're taking in people from neighboring countries and so on. And their death rate has been very, very low because they acted very quickly. But I mean, those are the snippets I've been able to pick up. My own impression is just that they're taking social distancing very seriously, and hopefully that's what's putting a lid on it.
That's
But
very
they
good
still
to
have
hear.
quite
But
a lot of cases.
The biggest difference between Germany and India is population. We are a huge country, but I'm sure we can borrow from their experiences.
We're a bit anarchic, right?
Yeah.
To put it mildly.
Chess Grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast.